to our second GNN episode. This is Zandy's Arkin, Galactic News Network presentator, for your latest contents. In today's news, we are going to review efforts made by hundreds of space captains in the new galaxy. And to explain all that, we will welcome Estonia Vino, our latest expert in colonization. So Estonia, please do tell, how are things in the new galaxy?
Captains have taken control of their starship and evacuated from the known galaxy. This is what was called the evacuation. Those who survived got to a new action scene called scanning. From what we can hear, scanning gives access to a special software to give basic orders to their damaged ship and get to a suitable planet. Initially, many captains got detected and destroyed, but scanning seems pretty safe now, to the point of not having that much of action and danger. Which is good, as it allows captains to acquire their own planet in the new galaxy. Now captains have set foot there, but they have lacked visuals and a proper settlement for some time. I have heard they are accessing another software called the colonization pass. From there they access a new software released at the end of last year, which is called the Game Inspector. The Game Inspector is where most of the focus is at. Federation has mentioned that once completed, it will be integrated in its stable version into our new visuals. The Game Inspector allows captains to review their crew members, their equipment, their combat preparation, and gather up food and materials. It also allows to acquire some training on their crew. More recently, it also unlocked access to investigation teams, which means to send their first guys out on their planet. This is what is called an away team.
Wait a minute here, Estonia. So an away team, what exactly does that mean?
What people know is that it's a bunch of people you send away with an objective. The Game Inspector uses an old interface for that, which I am told will be replaced by something a lot more interesting. However, an away team itself is a lot more detailed than that. Like evacuation, you can survive without having to understand all of it, but we have instructions here we received about it. Maybe I should just play it, if that sounds okay?
Perfectly okay for me. Before we get there though, let us all remember something about our sponsor. Welcome back, captains. Let us now enjoy some new Federation instructions. We have received, in all exclusivity and just for you, our record of specific instructions to apply when setting up your away teams. Let's hear them now.
Welcome, captains. Thanks to impressive and very timely efforts done by the Federation for you, you have been able to remove the limits of your hyperjump engine during evacuation. And then, you have used the Federation outstanding technology and have very safely reached the grounds of a new planet. You are all waiting for colonization and enjoying the limited space of your starship. Some of you are navigating our first Game Inspector. Soon you will be able to get out and immerse yourself in the impressive visuals of your new planet. Maybe you are on a very deadly rock, but still with an awe-inspiring sunlight. Maybe you are on an arid desert with no water, but can still meditate on all these benefits the Federation gave you. But before you can settle your colony, you have to identify some dangers. Yes, I know you have all done that already. You have all used our automatic software to claim new intelligence on your planet. This added information on what we called your planetary dangers. Imagine all the unique wonders your planet has in store for you. From underground voracious wildlife, moving rocks, or colorful toxic grounds. This is far more vivid than your average zoo, but the Federation always cares for you and allows for more. you have been able to send out investigation missions. What is an investigation mission? Well, this is our introductory content to the larger away teams. Investigation missions allow you to set up 3 active members. One of them must be a scout. One of them must be a colony researcher. This one stays at the colony very safely. And one of them may be any role you will choose. That's it. Federation gave you so much freedom. So here is some information to know what this freedom can be used for. First of all, the mission takes some time. It could be about 2 days. But if you add a guide, this may reduce this time. The formula is complex, but let's say an average guide reduces the time by half a day. While this awesome advantage may be much underappreciated for investigation away teams, it will of course become more critical once with larger away teams. Guides are also used to protect you from very usual travel events, such as incidents and obstacles. Falling into an ever-ending pit, that's an incident. Having to make a long curve to avoid crossing a toxic river, that would be an obstacle. Obstacles are not as deadly but make a travel cost a lot more time. And the longer a travel is, the more chances there are for original situations. One of these original situations could be a wildlife ambush. Well, this was not mentioned because a guide can't protect you from that. But a scout will. Scouts increase the team detection score, but they also directly protect from ambushes. This may save you from 2 additional rounds of attacks and a disadvantaged situation. You already have a scout, so unless you picked an idiot, you should be safe on that part. If there's an ambush, then you should use some guards. A guard won't prevent a wildlife ambush, but if it happens, he will generate more threat to the enemy, which will protect your more critical team members from attack. Progressively, we will allow team members to also use their proper armor and firepower, making your soldiers able to deal and also endure a lot more damage. These 3 first roles, with the guide, the scout, and the guard, are all there for your own protection. Federation is all about protecting you, but Federation is also all about making you rich. And there are other roles out there that you can use for exploitation. All these 4 resource roles are tested first. We use their proficiency and their training to see if they succeed at finding something useful. Speaking of survival, you may be interested in assigning a medic. If a combat happens, meaning something very colorful on your planet maybe tried to eat you, you will certainly have received some wounds. A medic will immediately bandage these wounds and apply some skillful first aid. This will generally improve your health condition and save you a number of rest days. Above all these roles, there is one called the leader. In investigation missions, there are a few steps for planning, analyzing, and giving a briefing. This is where a leader mostly shines. This will improve your team preparation, which will soon be applied to increase all proficiencies in the entire team. Be careful though, for later his or her speeches will be evaluated by your citizens, and this may affect their appreciation of the leader. All this is already accessible in the investigation mission, which is a simplified version of the future away teams. In addition, you are protected from incidents and obstacles for now, and events unfold only once you reach your destination. This is our way of preserving you from the most terrible outcomes. Let's review again how missions are set up. You choose a scout, a colony researcher, and a support troll of your choice. Your team then proceeds to destination. Right now, they won't have the usual incidents and obstacles, but this may change soon. Once at destination, they may have what we call an encounter. This is another way of saying you could be ambushed by things wanting to cut you in pieces. If you survive, and of course you will be able to exploit the target sector. The exploitation roles take effect and make their roles. Since it is an investigation mission, you may also always reveal some information thanks to your research gatherer, but also thanks to your colony researcher. The Federation will soon allow you to pick again target sectors on your planetary map and set up full away teams. At that time, it will also be the moment where some captains may be interested in research, design, and production. Thank you, captains, and glory to the Federation.
Well, I think this covers almost everything there was to know. And now is the right time to hear again about our sponsor.
Destroy your enemies and give peace to the galaxy. Recatrin is your protection, your savior, your arguments, and the only thing able to make yourself finally respected. Start galactic peace now. Get yourself some arguments from Recatrin.
Estonia, about investigation missions, is there anything you would like to mention?
Actually, yes. The colony researcher, this is the person who makes the analysis step. He or she should have the expertise required for the specification of the mission. For instance, to study a vegetal life form, you must have the plant expertise. Crew members are not yet trained in these different techniques. This will be unlocked at a later step called leveling. At this step, players will be able to customize their assets further, with different choices they will make.
Thank you again for all these information. Well, I think we have explored a lot of items today. What I have noticed is that captains will be able to get out of their ship and finally settle their colony. Can you confirm this?
Yeah, preparations for the planetary visuals are ongoing, and a new attempt is being set up now, with a lot more resources put into it.
Well, then I am sure captains will enjoy this. Also, I have confirmation that at that time, all current players in Alpha will have an opportunity to join Step 2. I think this is great news. Thank you, Estonia, and thank you, captains, for watching. This marks the end of this second episode of Galactic News Network.